morning, Lori. How are
Hey, Ben. Good morning. And now it's like, oh, I finally get to say good morning to you. We've had such a crazy morning.
you? It's been insane since yesterday, since the power went out yesterday for me. How have you been?
I have been fine. My house, I need new windows in my house because I have breeze streaming through, but all good.
I have a sliding glass door right there, and it is absolutely freezing at all times, no matter
Well, you
what the
can
heat
see I
is
got
on.
3 walls of windows right there. So it's just but you know what? We're fortunate. I have to keep saying that we are
Absolutely.
so fortunate. We're in our homes, we're safe, we're healthy. It's a good thing. We have a cool show coming up today.
We really do.
This particular group is gaining a lot of momentum in the work that they're doing in Rhode Island. And so I'm so happy that Luke Renchan reached out to us and just said, I want to be on the show because the show is open to all small businesses. And I want to hear about their mock wedding that they did last week. So that's really cool.
Absolutely.
And Mike Henriques from Montage Media and I say Montage Media, but it's also Artistic Wedding Films. And we know him because he does a ton of work with us at Visual Thrive. So we got a lot of great connections going on today.
That's awesome. Well, let's not waste any more time because we have a lot to talk about with 2 guests today. So let's bring them on. Hey, Luke, and hey,
Luke.
Mike.
Good morning, Mike. I'm gonna be streaming in my coffee right now while you guys do a nice intro for us. So, Luke, if you want to just kind of open it up and give us a little bit of your intro and background and your goals for the new year, and we'd love to hear it.
Sure. So Luke Renchan Entertainment. We have a business with DJ, lighting, photo booth, and other great items that we've also pivoted this year, which I'll discuss. We started back in 1983, where my dad, also named Luke, started this business. And we also had a music record store in Pawtucket that was there since 1979. So music was essentially every element of my life growing up. And now going into it, we have 6 wedding DJs. We have 3 other entertainment DJs. We have 6 photo booths, lighting options. We can do movie nights. We have a 37-foot screen that we just purchased, which we'll be using for a lot of drive-in events that we can do. And we're working on some projects coming up now. Virtual events. We've got virtual bingo and virtual trivia, which we've been doing with a lot of schools right now the last couple of weeks, and also businesses. And so, we're active in that environment.
Let me ask you a question. So if a family has a nice big backyard and they want to watch a movie, is that something that they would call you for and say, come on over, we have a big movie? Or is this mainly like larger wedding type events?
It's honestly all levels. So if you have something, I had a couple during the summer. The groom reached out to me. It was their 10-year anniversary. And he decided to call me over, and I came and he surprised his wife with their video, their anniversary, their video from their wedding. They invited just the parents because obviously, restrictions, but we did that. And then we had a movie for the kids, and it was, a great pop-up screen in the back. So it can be done on a real small level. Or we can do it on a grand level, which we've done at Fort Adams. We've done at the Dunes Club. So we've done these, and we've got a plan for, a lot going on this year. So.
Oh, that's great. And Mike, I'm so happy to see you here today because I was thinking, so we should tell the audience, Mike and Visual Thrive and Indemar Media have done years and years of video work together. And actually, before I hand it over to you, I want to say that Montage Media was the group that we teamed up with at Shop Local Rhode Island and Visual Thrive to create our first small business video with Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee and a number of other businesses in Rhode Island. So there's a lot of really cool connections here to kind of raise the bar for what we're doing in Rhode Island. So Mike, thank you so much for joining us, and it's great to see you.
Thanks. Good to see you, Lori and Ben. Thanks for having me on. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we've traveled the country with Scott and with you, shooting stories and videos for different companies all around the country. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So tell us a little bit about your businesses.
Yeah, so I've been in video production since early days in my career, started out as a musician in a recording studio, and that led into video production and storytelling through these mediums, right? And through working with different people in the industry, slowly, started getting back into weddings. So weddings was not something that let me just make an adjustment on my mic. Sorry, I guess there's a little bit of a sound issue here.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of static. But, we're also like all sitting quietly in the middle of a major nor'easter too. So
I went and switched my settings, so hopefully that fixed it. Not sure. Is that better now, guys?
Good. It's good at the moment. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if it holds. I'm not sure. Software technology, right? We're all at the mercy of it right now.
Every time you speak, it works.
Yeah, it's interesting, but we'll see how that holds. So yeah, worked in corporate video production, commercial production as an editor for about 9 or 10 years through my 20s, and then got back into weddings with artistic wedding. Originally was artistic wedding video, and then we switched it to artistic wedding films as a brand, and really evolved the production level and that sort of thing. And now we've grown clients on the commercial side, like Twin River Casino and the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino down in Biloxi, and all sorts of different, really fun clients doing, video production and hospitality in the hospitality world, and also through, products and all sorts of different types of videos.
Well, I'll tell you, and this is only because I've been on set with Mike. I've never worked with someone with way more energy than anybody else on set.
Yeah, so, I go at 120 miles an hour sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes my voice does too. My brain's ahead of ahead of my mouth sometimes in the community. Anyway, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great. So you guys are president, Luke president, is that right? And vice president of the Rhode Island Wedding Group?
That's correct. Yes.
And so what is the so I guess I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Do you want to do the video, or do you want to move into just talking about what's happening in the Rhode Island Wedding Group and the Rhode Island Coalition of Wedding and Event Professionals?
Yeah, Mike and I mean, we started the Rhode Island Wedding Group, 12 years ago, is it? I would say about 12 years ago. So we've been going strong. Of course, this has been our most challenging year, but it's still there, and it's been open for industry, wedding and event professional industries. Usually it's a closed membership, but this year just kind of opened it up just to get people information and to network and be together. So we've been involved in that. And then most recently, the Rhode Island Coalition of Wedding and Event Professionals, we've really, I think for us, I mean, it was started by Allison back in late March, early April. She was actually a hair and makeup artist. And we decided that, we've tried to make some moves and try to figure out what's going to happen in our industry. And then we did get a little bit of movement during the summer. And then I think the thing that resonated with us the most was in April, I think it was October, when we heard Governor Raimondo at the time mention that even with a vaccine, that we are not going to be open for quite some time. So that was the point for us where we're like, we need to step up and we need to start doing something and here, being heard. So you're scrolling through a lot of the media over the last couple of months that we've worked really hard on, promotion from the Providence Warwick CVB, and a lot of different abilities to connect. Mike, I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit more into.
I muted you, Mike.
Oh, you muted him. All right.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah, no worries. All right, yeah, I just wanted to make sure my mic wasn't acting.
I wanted to make sure that Mike and I in the same room. You mentioned about the energy. Forget it. Him and I can I'm still basically. But I want
that sounds good for a wedding, though. I would say.
If we're in the same room, forget it. It's amazing. But anyways, I figured Mike, you could add a little bit more to it as well.
Yeah, our challenges have been, obviously the stress that, couples are going through with events, planning an event or planning a wedding, especially in, the fortunate location that we have here in Newport and as a destination. So Newport is a highly, highly sought out destination for weddings and events, social gatherings, even corporate events happen in Newport. And we're lucky to have that because that trickles out through Providence and business trickles out from people gathering for weddings, right? So, obviously a lot of people coming into our state as a destination it's a stressful process. They're planning a year, 18 months at a time, or 18 months out for an event. So it's not something that, you can just flip on, flip on and flip off in terms of, a reservation, for instance, with a restaurant, that sort of thing. So,
well, and I would think, like, from a couple's perspective, there's such a financial stress too, and then they have to deal with the finances around all of the different vendors. So to have groups that can support the whole process of how it's going to roll out in the safe way and in a good way.
Exactly. I mean, that's what we're hearing from, we have amazing event planners, but there are couples that do all of their own planning. And that's a stressful process for them, because they're having to call each individual one, double check, in terms of rescheduling, so we're in the business of creating a happy event, right? Whether you're, a videographer, an entertainer, a florist, we all play a part in making that event super special for the couple. And when they're going through this unknown of, okay, can I have 25 people? Can I have 50? I originally wanted 200. Can I do 150? And that's where the coalition came into play, and was a really a big component in setting standards. So, as you've heard, and Luke and I have been really involved not only in our own businesses, but also giving back to, our industry. We're members of a number of other associations. We won't get into that, but we find that through a coalition and through a larger group of people, we can get more done, right? So when Allison had started this Facebook group as the coalition, it was a great way for us, kind of in the background as professionals, to share information. What can we do for our clients? What's happening with this venue or that venue? And then slowly but surely we said, hey, we need to come up with something a little bit more viable.
Yeah. Well, and so one of the things I'd love to hear about is this idea. So today, it seems like there's a lot of momentum around, the vaccine is coming and things are going to move and everything is going to be fine in a few months. But people that plan their weddings are planning 6 months to 2 years out. And so I saw you guys do this really amazing mock wedding event in Newport. So before we go into the video, I just want to kind of get a wrap up on where are things today in the industry and what happened at the mock wedding event. And did you learn anything around there's something here that we need to think about? Because if I know Mike, I know that he's always going to make it better and better and better and better every minute.
Yeah, I mean, I can elaborate a bit, and I'll have Mike go into the production side of kind of how that all went during the mock event itself. But I mean, couples are looking for answers, as you said, 6 months, a year, 2 years. These couples have plans. They're just trying to figure out what to do. Many of them have gone to reschedule twice, 3 times. So that's overwhelming. I mean, imagine the position that they're in, and they just don't have answers. And it's been tough. So we've been trying to work on ways to, how can we provide some type of answers? I mean, right now, the numbers are 15 people for an event, maybe 25 if you get the permission granted, and 50 outside, but nobody's doing weddings or events outside. I mean, typically not. So, so we have been working very closely, especially lately. We've gained some traction working with Commerce. And Commerce actually has sponsored and financed the video production that's happening, which has been great, and we're grateful for that. We've also been working with Director Tanner as well over at Department of Health, and we've been working
DPR.
Yes. So
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Department of Business Regulations, and then Department of Health, and then even Providence and Warwick Convention and Business Bureau has been working with us directly on a lot of different things. So what's been great is we've finally been working on some great partnerships. But we now we need to try to get answers. And in fact, today at 2:00, Mike and I and some of the other task force members are doing a Zoom meeting for couples and people that have questions to go over just, kind of what our vision is, what we're hoping for, what our expectations are, to provide some guidance. Obviously, again, we're not going to have all the answers. We're still, I don't think any of us have all the answers right now, but we're trying to, shed some light. But going back to that other option, yes, the vaccines are out. With the mock wedding, we did testing. And so we feel like if we can get all the events to do testing, then we should be able to bump up capacity. And then our next step is pod dancing, because dancing is really big and a lot of people want dancing. Obviously, some of it's if there's no dancing, there's no wedding. So one of the things
I'll tell you, there was a question on Facebook the other night, and it said, if everything was back to normal, what would be the one thing that you would choose to do? And my answer is, I would have the most giant party with 20 DJs playing all different kinds of music. I want a whole island, and I want music and dancing and food and fun. I mean, really, dancing. So I did have to rank.
That sounds like a dream, Lori.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said that sounds like a dream right now, right?
It's coming. It's coming.
It is coming. And that's funny you say that, because we were talking with our industry friends and we're like, when this is done, we are going to have the biggest party that we ever imagined, big, huge celebration.
I feel like just renting all of Go Island and just saying, like, we're just taking it over for the weekend or maybe a week.
Well, listen,
that's not big enough, Laurie. We need all the people. That's the amount of people that come out and celebrate for all of this. And I'm with you on that for sure. Definitely.
I can't wait. So let's turn it over to Mike. So Mike, we went through this mock wedding event, and so like, what happened?
So the basic premise is we wanted to get our industry all on the same, on the same plane in terms of operating procedures, best practices. We, a number of us in the coalition. So there's like 6 of us in the leadership team, and there's like 800 people in the coalition. Long and the short of it, the way what we ended up doing was creating a video along with Commerce, or with their funding and their support to be able to put together a procedure. So Luke can maybe run a little bit through the ins and outs of the day.
Yeah. So what we did was we worked on putting together a plan. Ironically, we were trying to shoot for November, and it just wasn't the right time. And I'm glad we waited, because we built some great relationships with the media, as well as Lieutenant Governor Henriques, yes, who's going to be our governor, which we're excited for as well.
He's been such an advocate for small businesses. I mean, I can't. And he's actually the one that called me when we started the Shop Local Rhode Island website. I picked up my phone and hello, and he's like, "This is Lieutenant Governor." I was like, "Whoa, okay, I better pay attention." But I mean, just that was like, okay, he's always reaching out. He's always bringing in all the voices. So I just love it.
Yeah. So he was supportive of us when we did our rallies and even when we have our meetings with our with our coalition. So that premise built us up to where we are today, where we built our relationships with everybody. DBR, DOH, and Commerce. So we were in a better place doing it now, which we're thankful for. Plus the testing. I got to tell you, the testing was great. We had 42 people tested, 42 negative.
Okay, so the event, Ben, you wanted to jump in?
No, I'm typing something in the chat. You go ahead.
Okay, so the event is the testing. People come in, they get tested. You have everyone negative. They move into the event space. What, as guests in a wedding, should they expect when they walk into that room? Like, are there protocols? Are there people saying you're going to sit over here? We all need to still like maintain our mask or go 6 feet. Like, what is that? I know Mike's fixing his mic stuff.
Yeah. So we have what we call a COVID safety officer. And it's not like you think that there's an officer with a costume on or a uniform. It's more or less somebody that's going to go in there and just kind of, again, make sure that you're wearing your mask. If there's protocol of no dancing, that just
from one to the next.
There you go. I got one for you too. So that has been an element that we introduced, and it was part of this wedding, this mock wedding we did. And they were really just there to make sure, because I think one of the things that is challenging is, as an entertainer, as a venue, as a caterer, having the responsibility, so to speak, of just kind of making sure that people are following, the procedure in place.
I love that. I think that's so huge because, you're bringing in your family and you're telling them, I'm going to care for you. And I think that customer confidence is so important when people come in. And actually, I'm going to put a plug in here. So this is just a mock. I have the stickers way over there, but we are sending these stickers to small business vendors that are on the Shop Local Rhode Island site. And it says operating in accordance with Rhode Island safety guidelines. So when your customer approaches the store, they immediately know that, okay, the store is going to have hand sanitizer. People are going to wear masks. I can enter safely and know that the owners of that business are taking good care and keeping me safe as a customer or as a participant in an event. I think that's really important. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with that. And that's actually one of the things with the coalition that they will be going through more of like a certified training that will go making sure that they're following all the best practices and that, the COVID safety officer, which right now we're actually looking at it being something from provided by the venue. And that way they're already familiar with the venue, the layout, and then we can keep the staff employed directly through the venue. So I think that's a great element that we've incorporated. And again, the testing element is just,
that's really cool.
Peace of mind. I think that's the biggest thing that
those two pieces I think are huge. So let's move into the video because Ben and I have created a new lightning round. And you guys are going to be on the spot after the video. So the reason we did the lightning round was because a lot of times, we see this kind of show happening all over the United States. And so you guys as event people, well, we're all technically event people. We see people talking about their businesses and getting the information they need. And we know that is super important, but we also know we need to laugh and have fun. And so we're gonna set up the lightning round. So I sent you the questions in advance, and we're going to play the video, and then Ben's gonna start the lightning round. So get ready. And Mike, I guess what we'll do is we'll unmute you, and you have.
I'm started right now. Am I okay again?
The worst you've ever been.
Oh.
All right, Lori, I gotta be honest. I forgot to make the lightning round thing. So this is but I have one ready from. So this is courtesy of the Chorus of Westerly, which is why our whole ambiance just changed.
My microphone today.
All right.
So let's do the video. Okay, I was hoping for like singing Led Zeppelin or something like that.
we can't get the Led Zeppelin.
I don't have my second cup of coffee yet.
We'll get muted.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get muted like Mike. So all right, lightning round. Are you ready, or are we going to the video first?
Let's do the video.
Okay, I have the WPRI video, Luke, and the power went out yesterday and it messed me all up. I have the WPRI video. Is that the video I'm supposed to have right now? For Luke and Mike?
It's not going to matter because you got that video and we got some cool stuff to say.
Yeah,
right.
that covers a good general idea.
That gives an overall, and then we'll have it. Yeah, I think that's a great overall for us.
All right.
The state traditions. 12 News reporter Brittany Schaefer was at the Newport wedding, and she joins us now from Ocean Cliff to explain how the process works.
Well, the mock wedding mimicked the real event with a ceremony, reception, and cocktail hour. But before it all guests and vendors received a rapid COVID-19 test, then waited in their car and then got their results, like this one here. Here comes the bride and a COVID safety officer.
To our COVID safety officer, Eric.
The Coalition of Wedding and Event Professionals hosting a mock wedding to show Rhode Island I do's can be done with I don'ts to spreading COVID-19.
A lot of us got butterflies when we woke up this morning.
The coalition partnered with Rhode Island Commerce to film the mock wedding. The video will be given to other venues to show how to host an event safely during a pandemic.
When it became clear that there was no money, there was not enough money for grants and funding, we realized that we had to get the weddings going again.
It's going to allow us to put together really a staple for our entire industry on the correct procedures in being able to make all of this happen.
Vendors and guests start by getting a rapid Binax Now COVID test, then wait in their cars for the results. After getting a negative result, attend the ceremony, cocktail hour, and reception while wearing a mask and distancing. Masks can be taken off when seated at a table, similar to restaurants. There is also a COVID safety officer who will ensure rules are followed during the reception, like no dancing. The mock bride and groom have been dating for over 4 years and tell me they felt safe with the precautions.
What's most important is that you're surrounded by the ones that love you the most. And the precautions are there to really make you feel a lot safer. The fact that everybody in this room today has a negative COVID test is as real as it could be.
It feels like magic, and I think that's what you need right now.
And DeCosta says the next step is talking with the governor about easing restrictions for catered events to the same restrictions that restaurants currently have. She says her hope is this training video will help make those changes happen by March. In Newport, I'm Brittany Schaefer, 12 News.
Stay a step ahead and get it first on 12 News.
Did those guys really get married?
No.
Oh,
No,
Why not?
they are actually a couple.
dating.
They are dating. Yes, they are. They've been
dating.
Oh, they should have just done it.
What? Seriously?
Right?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Listen, they had some of the best, floral designs and dress and tuxedo. I mean, we made it look real. I mean, not that we made it look real. We had the participation of all the best
That looked
professionals.
amazing.
Yeah.
But no dancing. That's kind of a bummer.
Well,
But
one of the things that we're working on is the podcasting. So we did do a film of how it would look. So that will be included in our instructional video, our training video. And that's what we're shooting for, because the no dancing, especially in some of the media, really terrified a lot of couples. So we're hoping that, we can introduce this pod dancing. But yeah, everyone said the same thing, just like you said, no dancing. Yeah, the same results.
All right, ready? Are you guys ready to answer some quick questions?
Yes.
We're gonna put you on the lightning round. All right, so Luke's going to go first, then Mike's going to go second, and Ben is in charge of the mute mic.
Sounds good.
All right, so what's the biggest business shift you made in the last year?
For us, we did virtual events. We did virtual bingo, we did virtual trivia, we did just virtual dance parties. And then the other one was the movie nights. We incorporated drive-in movie nights. Those are the two main things we did this past year.
Mike.
Yeah, so same kind of thing. We did a lot of virtual production, and that's really helped, keep our systems.
There you go, Ben. Wait, they get a whole minute?
No, they get a minute for the whole thing. Keep going.
Oh, what's your business? All right, Luke, what is your business's flagship offer? The thing you do the most?
We bring the celebration to the parties. We, DJ and make it fun.
All right, Mike.
Tell our clients stories, our clients and our customers.
All right, what is the best way for a customer to find and hire you?
Our website, lukesent.com.
Luke's with an S?
Yes, LUK.
It's in the comments. It's in the comments and description.
All right, cool. Luke's ENT. Mike.
Finding films or Montage Media Productions.
Cool. Is there a quick story? I'm going to pass on this one because we're on time. All right, if you were hired for the coolest gig, what would it be?
Right now, the coolest gig right now would just to do a wedding that had no restrictions, that people could dance and have fun. That would be the coolest gig right now.
Cool. Mike?
An event in Dubai.
I thought you guys were going to say execute my amazing island party.
Well, that too. Let's go.
That's easy.
Lori, were there more questions?
All done. Lightning round.
Did it.
Over. Did I make it? We need like a buzzer. You're done. All right. I got my coffee.
We did it.
Oh man, I love that.
Again, thank you, Chorus of Westerly. I did make that, but then I also stole it. So
that is great.
Borrowed it. That's what that is, Ben. Borrowed.
I borrowed. I made it for them, but I'm
also sure they would be. That's the Chorus of Westerly.
That's the Chorus of Westerly. Yeah,
wonderful.
Shout out to them. Also, if you're getting married in Westerly, if these restrictions, the George Kent Performance Hall is an amazing place to get married. My My grandmother actually got married there in the 30s when it was still the Immaculate Conception Church.
Wow.
It's interesting. Yeah. Anyway.
And still you showed up. All right, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't thank you enough for joining and just talking about what you're doing. I hope this next season is just going to be, I know it's going to be different, but I hope it's just going to be fun and amazing. I really wish you the best.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Ben.
So great to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
I feel terrible about Mike's mic.
Oh, Mike's mic.
That was the worst mic situation we've ever had. And and he had, such a professional setup, but it just was not not working.
And every time he shifted it, it worked, and then it came back to static. I mean, it could be something in the line.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's always great to see you, Ben.
It's always great to see you.
Let's end up the show, but catch up. Can we do that?
Absolutely. Can you tell people where to find you and where to find more about Shop Local?
Yeah, so I am Lori Gittari. I am Chief Marketing Officer for Visual Thrive, and Visual Thrive is the creator of ShopLocalRhodeIsland.com. And we are expanding the ShopLocalRhodeIsland.com site. So if your business is not on the site, I would say jump in. It's completely free, and we are doing everything we can for building customer confidence, creating safety in the marketplace, and allowing our small businesses to sell and create the lifestyle that they want in Rhode Island. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, guys, that's it for Business Over Breakfast. Thank you so much. Tune in if you're a small business owner or love small businesses or need help with loans or unemployment or anything like that. Tune in to the Small Business Town Hall today at noon, and you will see Lori on there as a part of the Shop Local segment and the Rhode Island Business Coalition, Small Business Coalition, and you'll see Luke as well representing the wedding.
Yeah, Luke's on today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
we're
of
also
course,
going to be seeing this social greenhouse enterprise today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shay sent me that and I looked into it. That sounds amazing.
Really.
All right. Well, that's it for Business Over Breakfast. Thank you guys. Have a good week.
Thanks. Bye, Ben.
Bye, Lori.